Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I'm bringing you video number 2 tonight. I'm stepping it up. Quality women only choose masculine men. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. In addition to my book that someone bought right off of my couch. I can't flash it. How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so I can continue to get pushed up the algorithm to continue to bring you these elevated messages. And that is essentially it. Quality women only choose masculine men. And this video is brought to you about by recent conversations I've had with, some of my friends. And I'm always the friend that they refer to as -12. I mean, I don't tolerate any sort of imbalance, any sort of disrespect. And I don't care if I already had sex with a woman or sex is on the table. My self-respect is always going to be greater than a disrespectful poothie and the imbalanced poothie that's on the table. That is not a proposition that most men make to themselves, and consequently they can't make that proposition to life. Masculinity is an all or nothing proposition. Your world will always be in balance when you're the masculine man. A masculine man emits an energy that he is only going to tolerate balance. He is intolerant of disrespect and imbalance, meaning that he's intolerant of what he's giving not coming back to him. He is intolerant of it, whether he's already had sex with a woman or not. And I was just having, a recent conversation, and it's a recurring conversation with one of my friends, and he sees me get a lot of women effortlessly. Women offer themselves to me right in front of this man within seconds of meeting me. Somebody that's pretty close in proximity, and he sees it happen over and over again. And a lot of these women will compliment my masculinity. They will say that I met your energy before I met you, and that's what drew me to come over here to you. In conjunction with, them being attracted to me, how I presented myself that particular day. But the proposition that drew them there was my energy, the masculinity. And they're drawn to it because they're starved for it. They're not meeting men who value themselves above her. They're not meeting men who value themselves above her poothie. It's really that simple. And so, as a masculine man, you're making a proposition to women and to the world that nothing is more valuable than you. And that creates an energy and essence of masculinity, because the cornerstone of masculinity is balance. And so a lot of these women, the same women who compliment me on my masculinity are the same women who would try me to compromise my masculinity. They'll try me. And they'll try you too as a masculine man. As a masculine man, that their compliments and their offerings of themselves to you are hollow until they're followed by a consistent movement that is congruent with the acknowledgement and understanding that they have of who you are. A woman can acknowledge who you are, but not understand how to remain in your space. Those women self-sabotage. They self-sabotage very quickly because they're thankful for having encountered you. You reinvigorated them in some ways because their feminine essence was awakened when they encountered your masculine presence. But just because they encountered you doesn't mean that they can continuously experience you. Encountering you is offering themselves to you and acknowledging who you are. Experiencing you is the preparation that took place before they encountered you. They groomed themselves. They educated themselves enough to stay in your presence because they valued masculine men, even if masculine men are in short supply. So a lot of women will try you, and that's when my homeboy is so caught up. He's just like, man, but she gave you the pussy and this and that. But I said, but she disrespected me, man. Oh, she canceled on me with no rhyme or reason. He's like, oh, you're cutting your hand off. I'm like, no. How am I cutting my hand off when you repeatedly see women offer themselves to me? Repeatedly. And as a masculine man, you're never afraid of losing any poothie that's on the table because you've never lost yourself. A man who is afraid to lose a available disrespectful poothie is a man who has not found himself. So if you've never found yourself, you can get lost in anything that's pleasurable. That's the number one downfall of man since the beginning of time. He lost himself because he wanted to keep disrespectful, imbalanced women and keep that disrespectful and imbalanced poothie. It's really that simple. So how you move as a masculine man is going to confound the man who thinks he's operating in masculinity, but he's a slave to that poothie and he's in full submission to the disrespectful woman as long as that poothie is on the table. She's dangling that poothie in front of him, giving him blatant and subtle disrespect, and she's putting him under submission if he stays. And a woman who has not prepared herself to stay in the space of a masculine man can only leverage what has worked for the less masculine men that she's congruent with, that poothie. She'll dangle that in front of you with a side of disrespect, hoping that you accept it, and she brings you under submission. But when she comes up against a masculine man, a sexually attractive masculine man, yeah, she offer herself to you. She couldn't go without having sex with you as soon as she met you. But that means nothing to a masculine man. I told my boy that tonight. I said, I'm not moved by this pussy. Are you crazy? I'm not moved by that. I said, the only way a woman can remain in my space is through respect, because I'm respecting her and I respect the reciprocal of that. I expect respect in return. And he's just amazed at how I just drop women off. I don't drop women off. They drop themselves off as soon as they disrespected me with no reason, no rhyme or reason. Women who have not prepared for you are going to try you. Just as impressed as they are with you, just as much understanding that they have of the rarity of the man that you are, instinctively they're going to try you because they don't know how to remain in your space. When they try you, they're acknowledging that they do not belong in your space. When they try you, they are eliminating themselves from your space in an unconscious, voluntary manner because they know that you're going to find them out eventually that they don't belong there. And they know that because they haven't prepared to be there. So when that disrespect happens, as a masculine man, you're like, okay, thanks for the experience. No beef, but that's it. And for a man, an average man, to look at another man that's already has sex with a woman and let her go because she disrespected him, that's some mind-boggling shit. But if you look at the life of the balanced, sexually attractive masculine man, his life is always in balance because there's nothing in his space that's not giving him the experience that he's giving to it. That's balance. And if a woman cannot remain in your space, even if she knows you're an elevated man, she knows you're masculine, if she can't remain in your space and she's voluntarily disrespecting you and writing her own ticket for her exit, it's because she's self-destructive. And I was telling my boy tonight, self-destructive women destroy things. And so as soon as you see that she's self-destructive, she acts in a manner that she doesn't belong there, you let her go so that your world stays balanced and you don't experience destruction. There's nothing good that comes from keeping a self-destructive, disrespectful woman in your space. Nothing. A lot of men who have been destroyed, they voluntarily participated in their own destruction because they didn't value themselves above that disrespectful poothie. That's destruction. But this is where it comes into the quality woman and the masculine man. The quality man, when he meets any woman, is going to offer himself and nothing other than himself. The lower quality man who is not operating in masculinity is going to give her offerings to enter and remain in her space. The quality woman understands that this man has more value than her because she was created to have a better life by pairing herself with him. So it doesn't make sense to a quality woman for a man to come into her space and give her an offering outside of himself. She's already turned off because her future is compromised if she engages with you. She's turned off because you've already compromised yourself by offering her a gift outside of yourself as soon as you meet her. And you've compromised yourself, which means that you've compromised the best experience that she can have as a woman by being paired with a masculine man. You've shown her that you're willing to submit to her, and she knows that nothing good can come from a man submitting to her because she was created to submit to him. And so she's turned off. The quality woman is only going to pair herself with the masculine man. The man who from the very onset is radiating and emitting masculine energy, and then she's thankful that she finally encountered it because most men are giving offerings outside of themselves. And she's thankful because now she knows that this is a catalyst for her life to be better if things work out between you two. So she's going to celebrate and embrace your presence. And at that point, compatibility just has to enter the equation and mutual desire. And that's something that has to be determined. That's an element that's outside of both of you. Even if you're both elevated, that doesn't mean you all are going to connect. But she's hoping for the connection because she's in the space of a masculine man that is opposite of the men who have not made the congruent contract with themselves in understanding their own value, meaning that they're not offering anything other than themselves to the woman. They're just offering themselves in boldness. They're saying, I am enough. Let's take a road that my leadership is going to dictate. And she feels your masculine energy and she grabs you by the arm and she says, yeah, let's take this journey. That's the man that she can trust. But if the prospect of getting her pussy can make you overextend yourself to her and give her an offering before you even know her name or who she is, if that takes place, if that prospect is on the table, then a quality woman is going to drop you off right there. A low quality woman, once she understands that you value her above yourself, she's going to take advantage of you. A quality woman is just going to drop you off because you've dropped yourself off already by not viewing yourself in a masculine and superior light. So she understands that she can only choose a masculine man because her future depends on it. If her pussy can move you, then the world can move you. And if the world can move you, then you are not solid enough to be a representation of a safe space for her. It's that simple. So when people around me tell me that I drop women off too fast, I'm like, fuck, I didn't drop them off fast enough. Because that keeps me in full masculinity. Once that disrespect comes for no reason, I drop them off. I don't care if I already had sex with them because I've mastered myself to a degree where there's always going to be another woman. And the same men who say, oh man, you letting them go too fast are the same men that are watching women repeatedly offer themselves to me. It's confounding to me. But it's a pitch of communication that's happening in front of their face that they can't interpret. It's past their magnitude. It's past their understanding. And I got love for them. Maybe they'll understand one day. But that's none of my concern. My concern is just continuing to be myself. And your concern has to be continuing to be yourself so that you can attract the quality woman and she can recognize you as a masculine man that is a safe space for her to insert herself and undertake a journey to see if you all have desire and compatibility. It's really as simple as that. But she can only trust and engage with a masculine man because her future depends on it. If the prospect of having sex with her moves you, then she can't trust you. It's really that simple. And the man that stands tall and that's solid and that speaks to her in a manner that he is not afraid to lose her, that is the man that will always have her. The quality woman. Because she's looking for confidence and leadership as soon as she enters your presence. She feels your energy and she's looking for you to move in congruence with what she felt radiating off of you. You're the safe space. If everything aligns, everything matches. She's like, oh, this energy I felt off of him wasn't false. The way he's talking to me, he's giving me guidance and instruction. He's not afraid to lose me. He's more afraid of losing himself. She's saying, oh, if he comes too far to my side without him even knowing me, he hasn't found himself. If he hasn't found himself, he's afraid to lose me. And she knows that she's an incomplete creature without a quality man. You're afraid to lose an incomplete creature because you're not a complete version of yourself. But these women come to you in femininity and they're not complete until they pair themselves with the quality man. That's why the Bible says, wives, submit yourselves to your husband. There's a better life for you. There's a better experience for you. The Bible says it. And the feminine woman, the quality woman, understands that. And so she's looking for you to understand it. And if you don't understand it, how much you have to offer, then she cannot insert herself into your space. She's dropping you off. She's not going to do the low quality thing and stick around and see how many dinners she can get from you, dates and conversations. She's just like, look, I'm looking for a solid space to land. And he is not it. He hasn't found himself. He's trying to cater to me. And she knows that she's incomplete without you. Without the representation of a quality man in her space. That's why quality women can only choose masculine men. And so you have to decide whether you're going to continue to shapeshift and manipulate women. If you're going to sell them false hopes and dreams to get things out of them. Because you don't think you're enough. If you're willing to lie and manipulate to a woman, you're blatantly telling her that you're not enough. If you're willing to talk to her in straight lines and give her guidance and leadership and direction and understand that you have more value to offer to her than she has to offer to you, you're a safe space. You're going to talk to her and she's going to know you're not afraid to lose her. She's not even going to attempt to disrespect you because she knows if she disrespects you, she's going to lose you. That's why as a masculine man, you only engage with women who revere and respect you. They revere and respect you because they don't want to live a life without you. They know that their life is better with you. And you two put one foot in front of the next and see where you end up. But more than likely, if there's a recognition on both sides in terms of the order of man and woman, you two are going to be it for each other. But you have to be it for her from hello for her to feel safe to insert herself into your space. And that is a representation of the quality woman and the masculine man that she desires. She's waiting on you. Like I said in my previous videos, women are starved for masculinity. Even if they haven't prepared themselves to pair themselves with a masculine man, they will thank you that they met you and that you awakened something inside of them. The possibility that they can actually pair themselves with a quality man. And if she hasn't prepared for you, she's going to fuck it up pretty quick. She's going to self-delete from the situation. But she's still going to leave inspired, but she is going to have an understanding that she's going to have to work on herself in order to remain in your space. And instead of just encountering you, she knows that she has some work to do on herself to experience you. After she disrespects you and you drop her off, she's thankful for the experience. I mean, she's thankful for the encounter. But she knows she got a taste of masculinity and she's going to have to improve herself in order to have the experience. I think I said enough again, man. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Just bringing you a video discussing that the quality woman can only choose the masculine man. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. In addition to my book that I don't have beside me, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring these elevated messages. Everyone who wants me to make a custom video on your desired custom topic, you send a donation of $50 or more to my PayPal or my Cash App that's in my video description. Leave the title of what you want me to talk about in the note feature that is on PayPal or Cash App, and then I will put your video on my channel, Matthew C. Horne Dating, in 24 hours or less. If your subject matter is more in-depth than the note feature, then just leaving a note on PayPal or Cash App. You still make your donation of $50 or more, and you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com with your desired subject matter that you want me to make the video on, and your video will be on my channel in 24 hours or less. If my message has been of value to you in this video tonight, and your thought process have been elevated, and you're better and more elevated for having encountered my message, don't forget to drop something in my donation information. I never tell you what to donate. However you've been inspired, donate accordingly. That's all I ask. And if you're in need of coaching, if my voice resonates with you, and you have particular issues that you want to overcome in the dating space that you've been struggling with, then you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com with your name, your phone number, and whatever issue that you're facing in the dating space. I will do the assessment and get right back to you with the terms of the coaching, and the coaching will begin immediately. That's for the dating coaching, matt@matthewchorne.com. And I'm still looking for 5 individuals. I'm filling the slots. I still have some slots open for the 5 individuals who want a year-long mentorship journey with me. Some individuals who have gotten coaching, they say that they want more. The improvements that they made were so drastic and so fast that they understand that a year-long undertaking with me through mentorship can drastically change their life for the better, permanently change where you can't turn back. If you're interested in the year-long coaching, then you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave your name, your phone number, and just let me know that you're interested in the year-long coaching. I will reach out to you quickly, and then we will discuss the terms of everything and determine if we're a good fit for this year-long mentorship journey. I promise you this is the most life-changing thing probably you've ever done. You get this year-long coaching with me. And it's going to focus, of course, on the dating game, but it's going to be some life coaching as well. You're going to improve from the inside out, bring a better version of yourself to life, and have the most elevated experiences in life that you've ever experienced. I'm your man. Lastly, my school community, Matthew C. Horne Dating Community. It's growing, and we're having great things happen over there. This is an aside. This is a departure from YouTube. If you like my videos over here, what I do in my community is I do 2 custom videos every week just for my community members. And then we have 1 Zoom call a week for my community members. And we get on the Zoom. You can ask me anything that you want to ask me for an hour. Everybody gets their turn. And it's a great place of elevation, growth, and learning and breakthrough. Also, every Zoom that I've had is archived in the group, and every video that I've made is archived as well. So once you join, you can catch up, and then you can experience the newness of wherever you are whenever you sign up. Whatever the videos are for that week in the Zoom, you hop right in on those, and in the archive, you can take those in too, because everything is in the community. And like I said before, we've been having some great experiences. So the link to sign up for my Matthew C. Horne Dating Community is going to be in the video description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. It's going to be the top comment in the chat. I've enjoyed spending some time with you all again tonight. This is video number 2. I'm ending this month on fire. I'm bringing you nothing but elevated quality. But just please remember, she needs a masculine man. If she's improved herself, and she understands how her life is going to be better by pairing herself with a quality man, then you have to be that man that she can designate, that she can pair herself with, and have a better quality of life, a much better quality of life than anything that she can create for herself. So operate in full masculinity. Let your masculine energy radiate off of you, and then let there be no departure from what the woman perceived when she felt your masculine energy as soon as she met you. I'll see you all soon.